And hello and welcome everyone to another thrilling installment of Capes and Quest, the Dungeons and Dragons long play, actual play, I'm not quite sure the nomenclature yet, show where we redefine high fantasy all the time, every time, or your gold back. How are you doing, my friends, my D20 degenerates? To me, my roleplay players.
I'm living the dream.
Yeah, the world is still on fire. There's unmarked vans now we have to worry about, but beyond that...
Been worried about unmarked van since age 8, homie. It is not safe around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nothing good ever happens in a van, unless it's like one of those vans with like one of those cool fantasy portraits on the side, and even then...
Yeah, that's a sketcy-ass van.
Never trust a van with carpeting. That's all I'm saying.
What was that joke from Simpsons there? Gentlemen, I give you the second base mobile. That's what we need. We need more of them. So, yes, when last we left off, you had hassled some old women. You had been given a mission by the richest man in High Morin, Shaw Layfield, to go and find his missing mistress, Trish-Ann, who you found out was actually smarter than the average sugar baby. She was actually only into this guy to further her plant research. You had taken her journal, and that had led you back to the Rotwater swamp, which you've had a lot of adventures in there so far, but you are now, as we rejoin the adventure, heading further into the swamp than you ever actually had before. And here, where the hell did I write my fun little text there to describe what was going on? Get my inner Matt Mercer on. Okay, so all through the swamp, you feel eyes upon you, gators in the water, snakes slithering in the trees, buzzards flying overhead. The humidity makes you all very uncomfortable. You see no actual people for long stretches of time, although you're pretty sure at some point you may have heard a Scottish ogre tell a donkey that this is my swamp, but you can't be sure about that. The heat is getting to you, and is getting to me as well. What would you like to do now? Remember that you were following the trail. Antoine had managed to sniff out a trail and follow Trish-Ann's perfume, but the further into the swamp you get, the harder that trail is to follow, as your senses are blocked by swamp gas and other general decay in the area.
Okie doke. So who wants to start us? Am I leading the pack, still going down the trail?
I'm assuming so.
Absolutely.
We haven't ran into anything yet. I guess keep following the path, or
you do actually have her journal still there. Vorlin, I believe you were the one who had it, and as you read more through it, it's kind of like half a life journal, half like her research journal, and some of it is written in riddle, almost as if she's actually trying to, like, obfuscate her path in case Layfield was ever to send anybody after her. Although one rather interesting riddle that you're able to make out is, as I live I die, as I float I dry, I watch as the years roll on by, what am I?
rhyming?
Yes.
Yes, I can totally decipher that. That is... He starts looking through his skills really quickly. How do I decipher this? Is it was it written in?
It's written in common.
In common?
Yes.
Okay. So how about
it's Sans New Common too.
shit.
Comic Sans New Common, the worst New Common.
Okay, so how would I read that? I'm gonna use what would it be? Perception?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Perceive the world around you. Yeah, roll and see what you find out.
See what I get on that one. Ooh. 12 plus what's that? I think intelligence just takes it to a 13.
Yeah, there you go. You zero in on the as I float, I dry thing. Dry wood floats, and in fact, you see a lot of dry wood floating in the water around you, coming off some very, very strange-looking trees in the area. They look sick. They're kind of leaking more of that dark pus stuff that you had actually seen previously in your battle with the gnolls. And after you defeated the gnolls, the corruption seemed to disappear.
Okay.
So we just have to beat these trees.
Beat the trees.
Tree ass, fellas.
But it's definitely something in a more elemental nature as opposed to just like waste.
Yeah, there definitely looks to
Yeah.
be something actively corrupting the area, though you are not 100% sure what. But you do actually see a very big row of corrupted trees off in the distance, and that's the lead.
That's the lead. Alrighty, guys. Do you see those trees that have been so?
I should go over there and lick some of that stuff, right? Check out what it is. That might be bayou syrup.
you can do whatever you want, Antoine.
I'm super excited to find out what bayou syrup is.
All right, it's just right over there in that tree.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go get me some of that bayou syrup.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution.
Okie doke. 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, it is the grossest thing you have ever tasted, which is saying something due to your background as a streetwalker.
So let me get this straight. He walks over and Antoine just immediately puts this stuff in his mouth.
Just licks the dark tree sap. Now, that being said, though...
Are we just meeting for the first time?
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure, like, not surprised? Okay, perfect.
Okay, mouth stuff is my thing.
Now, an interesting thing does happen, much like before when you smoked the Demons Do with Skrull back at Centaur Gyms. You kind of space out for a second and you have yourself a strange vision. You see a woman clad in green robes, helping the sick. It looks to be somewhere in the same swamp that you're in right now. You can't quite place it, but you definitely have yourself some sort of strange drug-fueled religious vision.
I informed the guys about my vision while I bottle up some of this shit. This sounds good. Sounds like a new market.
There you go. You gained 1 bottle of tree sap.
Nice.
I asked Antoine really quickly to check his drug stash just to make sure that it's not currently hallucinating.
No. I'm clean right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I was clean before the sap.
But you got some of the sap in you now.
Yeah, I'm sappy now.
All right.
Getting big and strong. So
Sappy Gil.
so I assume you keep following the corrupted trees in that general direction?
Absolutely. Let's go with that path.
All right. So you follow that path for about the good part, like a good half part of the day. And again, it's humid, it's hot. The solid ground under you gives way to more, mushy, watery swamplands. It's actually kind of hard to move at points because you're basically ankle deep in this stuff. This is what we call in D&D difficult terrain, but maybe that'll be important, maybe it won't. Eventually, you crest the top of a hill and you find yourself in a clearing. And this clearing is a hell of a sight to behold as you get in there. You see a number of very tattered flags sticking out of the ground, held by skeletal hands. The ground around you is littered with rusted weapons and armor that look decades old.
Ooh, okay. So I'm definitely not going to step ahead first.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, let's let
Yeah.
the madman go.
Corbin barrels through, not afraid of anything, because of course he's not.
It's all rusted and decades old. Whatever would be here is long gone.
Yeah.
Zombie hands, man.
You walk into what seems to be some sort of ancient battlefield. Again, if you would look in Trish-Ann's journal, she seemed to imply that back during the Crown Wars, all 3 sides would send their deserters, their sick, basically anyone who pissed them off, they would send them into the swamp to die. And she wondered that perhaps that of all this death and stuff, maybe the swamp is haunted, maybe that has something to do with the corruption around here. But yes, you stand in a field of the dead. Furthermore, the rusted weapons on the ground actually look very similar to the rusted weapons the swamp people attacked you with all the way back in the first session.
Huh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to. Can I examine one of these weapons really quickly?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to pick it up and kind of check it out.
Okay. It's rusted almost entirely through due to the elements. Looks rather old. Again, the Crown Wars was about 50 years ago, give or take. So, there's very, very little of worth here on the field. But yeah, it looks like these guys were trying to run away from something, and it looks like the swamp ended up eating them, or they ended up killing each other. It's actually hard to tell.
Gotcha. Okay. And nothing happened when Corbin just barreled through, right?
Nope. Nope, no zombie attacks. Come on, I already pulled the zombie card on you guys once. I can't do it again. That would be diminishing returns. What do you take me for?
I know the tropes of zombies is that they always come back.
They always come back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna follow along with Aaron. I'm treading a little bit more cautiously though.
Okay.
As cautiously as I can, given the fact that we're about to sink into like a swamp of despair.
Oh no, Artax.
Artax.
Do you do any more investigation while you're around here? Or you just seeing if there's any
Can we
fun
check out
souvenirs?
the flags? Or,
Mm.
we already know the flags are from, right?
The flags belong to the 3 children of the dead king that started the Crown Wars all those years ago. Gwendolyn, Dumont, and Canal. No one actually won that war, which is why the Tragic Kingdom, where you are right now, is just a bunch of unaffiliated warring city-states. So these 3 basically fucked it up for everyone, and those 3 siblings all kind of disappeared in their own way. Canal was actually the guy who founded the city of Highmore and the place you've been hanging out in. He hanged himself in shame. The youngest, Dumont, was 10 years old at the time. He disappeared. No one really knows what happened to him. And the oldest sister, Gwendolyn, it was assumed that she died of grief somewhere at the Gold Fort. But again, no one's really sure.
Love these
So they're a
names.
bunch of losers.
They're a bunch of losers. Nobody won, and you're all picking up their mess. Yeah.
Okay. Are we still surrounded by the same sickly trees in this?
Yep.
Okay. Like, is there anything hanging in the trees? I want to check them out. Like, what's above me?
Sure. You go looking. Actually, here, roll an investigation and see what you do.
I'm rolling an investigation.
Okay.
17.
Oh, wow.
What is investigation and then +1? Yeah, so it's an 18.
Okay, so as you get closer to these diseased trees, you actually see something that you didn't see before. You see what look to be little tiny, almost tchotchke-looking things. It's a cross. It's a wooden cross made from, reclaimed swamp wood with sharp thorn vines wrapped around it. And these look like very, very handmade arts and crafts. Actually, Antoine, you kind of recognize the overall design of this by looking down at your robe. This looks like the symbol of the Church of the Gracious Death, only with a thorn vine instead of scarlet begonia.
So this church got involved in some Blair Witch shit.
That's what it looks like. Well, again, according to the journal, Trish-Ann, before she went missing, she was supposed to visit a man named Father Wyatt, who supposedly started some sort of religion out here in the swamp.
Swamp religions are never good, you guys.
Never.
Nope.
I was swamp Episcopalian for a while.
But,
yeah.
So yeah, Antoine, someone looks to be corrupting your faith out here in this parts.
I hate it when that happens, especially in the swamps.
Mm.
All right, so I guess there's nothing but corrupted plants and flowers as far as the eye can see for us, yeah?
Up in the trees yet. If you want to search anywhere else, though.
And there's no sound going on anywhere? We don't hear any strange noises?
Yeah, you hear bullfrogs, you hear fireflies, you hear all the regular sounds of the swamp. The song of the swamp, if you would. Such a beautiful song.
Oh, nature truly is at harmony here.
It can heal.
Can we... Is there something we need to dig up from these losers, from the loser battle?
You can do whatever you want. You can look, you can keep going. Again, the corrupted trees and weird arts and crafts also seem to continue down.
Can I take a hack at one of the trees really quickly?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take a hack with one of my daggers. I just want to see what's going on with these trees.
I would say roll a strength, but it's a tree. It's not like it's gonna fucking fight back or
That
anything.
tree's ass,
That's
dude.
just making sure of that. It's literally what I'm doing right now.
You hit it, and again, more thick dark ichor comes out, and a bunch of buzzards scatter in the sky that were hanging out there.
Ooh.
I guess we just follow this bullshit arts and crafts project.
Yeah.
See where it leads.
All right, so you continue to follow as you do into the night, actually. It starts to get very difficult to see. The only thing lighting your way are literal, actual fireflies. Now, you can continue into the dark if you want, but know that because only some of you can actually see in the dark, that will be difficult. Now, that being said, Corbin, you got a gauntlet at the end of the last episode that actually has basically a Zippo
Makes
on
fire.
it. Makes fire, so there you go. That would make making camp very easy, or if you wanted to keep going, but you may, lead Vorlin around by the shoulder, because dragons, unfortunately,
I've also
do not
got
get dark
that
vision.
thing that lets me see, like, not see in the dark, but I can, like, do something when there's no light. What was it? There was a thing.
It was like a hunter sense. That's more for combat and more for when you're tracking something.
That's just combat.
Not to mention, if he's leading me around, I don't want him wearing that power at that time because I'm gonna get hurt.
It's gonna fastball special you.
Right, pretty much.
I could have swore I had like a spell that like made light, like illuminated.
You might actually, as a cleric. I forget what spells you have, Josh, because you use them so sparingly.
Oh, that's felt judgmental.
Okay. You have Guiding Bolt, which again, if you hit an enemy, that enemy basically becomes a firefly and is much easier to hit now because they light everything up.
Can I? I mean, I don't think there's any enemies near us, but I guess I could throw out a Guiding Bolt to see if there is an enemy near us and light his ass on fire.
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
But what does the tribe think?
Yes, what does the tribe think?
I'm sorry, I'm still looking through all my abilities to see what I can do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm making you play D&D, everyone.
No, it's okay. Is there any way, because I've got the electric attack on my dagger.
You do.
Is there any way I could Lord of the Rings this and just kind of like hold that up as a that gives me any type of glow or illumination as I'm going through this?
There's a lot of swamp wood all around you, so if you wanted to burn a charge and like make a torch, I'd let you do that.
All right, let's try that. Let's take this weird sappy death stuff and set it on fire and see if that's going to hurt me or not, or if it's actually going to be something I can use to light the way.
Okay, so you start a very foul-smelling fire off a piece of reclaimed wood. It's very, very sulfurous, very, very farty.
I've got my fart flame. Alrighty.
Now, as you do that, though, and as the smoke wafts up, you start to hear something in your ear. It starts very low, and then it starts to get louder. It's a buzz. You know, like when a mosquito is right by your ear, and it's like really annoying, and it's just like this nails on a chalkboard sound.
Okay.
You start to hear that, but times 100. And because you now have light, Antoine, you see this clearly than anyone else because you have night vision on. You look to the south, and as you see there, a huge swarm of mosquitoes is coming your way. But not a regular swarm of mosquitoes. You know, mosquitoes, they're like smaller than your pinky finger. No, these mosquitoes are the size of a fist, and there's a huge swarm of them coming directly for you.
Shoo, guys, should I put this thing out?
I think it's kind of too late for that.
Yeah.
Like whatever the equivalent of just hiding underneath the sheets until it goes away.
Yeah. You do have a tarp. That's an option if you all wanted to do that.
I could just hide.
If you all wanted to hide and roll stealth, I'd let you do. If you want to fight, I'll let you fight. It's up to you.
I'm cool with fighting. I have feline agility, so I'm also cool with leaving you guys here to deal with it. But whatever you want to do, I'm down. I'm ready to fight or hide.
Are we still just surrounded by the remains of the previous battle, or are we like back kind of around like swampy territory?
Yeah, you walked a couple more miles. Yeah, you're in the swamplands now.
Okay. I could just hold my breath and dunk under the water until they're gone.
Okay, roll me a Constitution then, actually, and we'll see how good your breath holding is.
Guys.
That's literally the breath holding thing, Constitution?
Yep.
That's not bad. Let me see what my Constitution is. Where's Constitution? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that makes 13.
Okay, you are able to hold your breath for a little bit, but you do end up getting some mud in your throat, which makes it really hard, and eventually you do have to come up after like 10 minutes. doing that, and they're even closer to you now. Vorlin and Antoine, what are you guys gonna do?
Oh,
right?
I thought they were right on top of us. I would have waited.
Far away. I thought they were closer.
Yeah,
too.
sorry.
Yeah, I would have done that now.
Oops, sorry. I should have said I'm giving you enough time to decide if you're if you're hiding or fighting, and that was your hide.
So I know not to try the Drax maneuver and just stand very still.
The imagery of him just jumping in there when they're way off and for 10 minutes and then just popping up again, just like shit.
He just suffocates before they even show up. Great.
If you want to hide,
how good is our vision that we can see these things 10 minutes away?
Well, it's a huge swarm. It's a giant, massive swarm, and it's loud. Is the thing. Now, if you want to hide again, you can, but I'll say roll with a disadvantage because you're already muddy.
Just coughing up mud. I'm gonna go again, guys. I'm gonna go under again.
I can do it this time. I feel it. No whammies.
One more time.
Oh my god. I think you should do it again, honestly.
Bzz, bzz,
Yeah, we'll watch.
as
It'll
it
be
gets
fine.
louder and louder.
No. How close are they now? I'm asking that question first from now on.
Okay, they will be on you any minute now to ratchet up the tension.
Okay. In that case, I will try and hide again under there, because 10 minutes would definitely have been fine.
Yeah.
I would easily have made that.
Again, mosquitoes fly at their own pace.
Oh, shit, 19.
Okay, now is
Wait,
that with...
disadvantage? What's the disadvantage?
You roll twice and take the lowest one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, 15.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what you need. You submerge yourself like Schwarzenegger in Predator, and you are now under the mud, hidden safely. Antoine and Vorlin, what are you guys going to do as your friend disappears from sight like a ninja in the dark?
Since he's like the strongest of us, I'm gonna jump in the mud too. I'm gonna go hide in the mud water.
All right, roll a Constitution then, and let's see how long you're able to hold your breath if you can.
Oh shit! 10 plus 4, 14.
14. Again, you're able to hold it for a little bit, but not as long as Corbin is. You will have to come up for air fairly soon. Here's hoping that the mosquitoes have no reason to still be here when you get up. But Vorlin, that comes to you then. What are you doing?
You got this, Doug.
Yeah, me and my fart stick. This is gonna be great. Is there any way I can... Oh, no, see, climbing the trees doesn't make any sense. Like, goddamn fly. Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, God. I'm gonna cover myself in the sap and hide underneath the tarp.
Okay.
God, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Roll performance, I guess, is what that should be.
Yeah, I don't know how to... Sorry, these guys are hiding in the mud, and I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting by tarping it. All right. Oh, shit,
Why do you need to cover yourself in something first?
Before you cover yourself in a tarp.
Everyone's covering themselves in something, so I just don't know what to do, so I'm peer pressure at this point. That was just a 7.
Okay, so you managed to do all this. You cover yourself in the tarp, but they most definitely see that you're there, and because of that, roll initiative. It's fight time with these big guys.
All right, guys, you just hang out for a second. I'll handle the fucking giant mosquitoes. No problem.
The
I got
giants.
you,
Sword of
I got
lightning.
your back.
All right, I got 12.
Okay, you got 12. And yeah, I guess these guys are not in the fight right now unless they want to be, so...
No, this is it. Well, I'll fight this out. Screw it.
Okay, so
Okay,
that...
No, I'm like that guy from Troll Hunter. I'm just taking a nap while you guys have to deal with all this.
I can't let a homie go down, so I'm gonna jump out and try to hit him with like a spectral fly swatter or some shit.
Okay, roll initiative there so I know what order you move in there, Josh, and don't forget to add your initiative.
All right, that's a D20 first, right?
Yes.
14 plus 2, 16.
Oh wow, you're fast. You're so fast in this mud. You're faster than the guy who didn't go in the mud.
Boom.
All right, now what do the mosquitoes get? They end up rolling. Oh, they're 4. Well, they're not very.
Okay.
They're taking their sweet ass time. So, all right, Antoine, you actually get to move first on these guys. Actually, you get to make the first move.
All right, I'm gonna do a spiritual weapon.
Nice. We know how that works now.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it a spectral fly swatter? I think that would be a big can of raid.
Oh yeah. No. Oh no. Yes. That's perfect. A big ass can of raid. Absolutely.
A big, beautiful, ghostly can of raid begins to form in the night sky, and it glows and it shines and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I rolled a 16, and then I'm supposed to roll a D8.
Yes, because that is the damage. So yeah,
4.
Yeah, you definitely hit them. They don't have much armor as giant mosquitoes.
All right, so roll a 4 on that D8.
Okay, wonderful. So yeah, your can of raid slams into them, spraying ghostly spray, I guess, all over the place. And
Ghost spray.
Ghost spray. Na 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 na. You take a chunk out of them, but there's still lots of them flying around.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
All right, Vorlin, it's up to you now. You stink a lot now as you're covered in that horrible
I'm such
tree
an
sap.
idiot. Okay. Okay, my fart stick, fire? Fart
Yes.
stick?
Yes.
Is it like regular hot fire, or is there anything like magical or like, oh, this is weird or odd about it, besides the fact that it just stinks?
And attracts mosquitoes.
And attracts mosquitoes. It just seems to be smelly fire.
Okay, I'm gonna drop that. I'm going straight with the draconic breath.
Oh,
right
wonderful,
off the gate.
wonderful.
I think this is the way to go.
Good call.
I got an 18, and then we're gonna add.
Oh, you already hit them. They have a very low armor class.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
should
hit
just
them.
wave the thing at him. All right, yeah, all right, 18.
Okay, so that's okay. Now what's your damage for that one again? Because
That's the part I'm looking up right now.
oh, I have your.
It's 8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, so yeah, what is your constitution of? Again, I always hate friggin' draconic breath.
Plus
This is,
2. So let's see, I'm looking for an 8 here.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna throw an 8. There's a 3 plus 2 is a 5.
Okay, so yeah, a stream of frost comes shooting from your jaw, and yeah, you smack the mosquitoes up. A bunch of them fall like little ice cubes in the bog, but there is still a moderately sizable cloud. Actually, though, hey, Antoine, through the power of your predator's eye patch, which is very fitting now, as we're having a big tropical swamp fight here, you see their health aura go from green to orange.
Orange is bad, you guys. We can take them.
It's an orange alert. How's Corbin doing in the mud? What's he thinking about right now?
Oh, I am just wondering about whether or not I remember to close the door to that old lady's house when we left. It would have been very rude of me to leave that wide open.
I don't think you did. You might have to go back.
All right, guys.
Corbin thinking of all the robots he wants to murder.
Pretty much.
Man, I just saw this response from Danny Blacks and OG. We should have combined our flamethrower.
We should have totally combined our powers, man.
Oh
May the
man.
powers combine.
Individuals.
Oh, what, the bug spray and the flamethrower? Oh, that would have actually been
so we
That
great.
would have
done.
been fun. All right, so it's actually what is it? It's the mosquitoes' time to move, and they move in one giant horrifying cloud. And because you're actually closer to them, Vorlin, and you're basically the one who ticked them off with the smelly fire stick, they're going to try and hit at you right now. And oh, that's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Thank God.
you managed to swat them away, but they are very huge, and you can feel their long, pointy, needly noses just kind of brush up against your exposed skin, and it don't feel good at all. And thank you, Pat Senior, for the donation. Thank you for helping out the show.
So, here's a dumb idea that I've had with other dumb ideas only 10 minutes into this game. Can I just put out this fart stick and maybe they'll go away?
You can certainly try.
I'm dropping the stick.
I was gonna say, but you got to do it on your turn though. It's Antoine's turn, and then it'll be your turn.
Okay, Antoine, do something really cool. Then I'm just gonna drop my stick.
All right. So I guess what I'm going to do. Can't jump back into the mud.
I mean, you could. I'm not gonna stop you.
I guess I'll. Man. crossbow. That's too precise. I guess try to wild swing with my mace.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Again, they're basically all around you, so there's nothing stopping you. So yeah, swing away.
13, and then my d6 roll.
Yep, that hits.
6.
Yep, definitely hits. You got him.
Plus 3, I guess it's 9, right?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's your damage altogether. So yeah, that's
Yes.
9. Yeah, you take a big meaty hit out of them with your mace, and the health aura that was once orange is now red.
Nice. Antoine doing work out here.
Putting it in for everyone. Now, Vorlin, it is your turn. What are you gonna do with these big nasty bugs?
These big nasty bugs. I'm covered in sap because I'm stupid. I'm still trying to kick away the tarp that I wrapped myself in with one leg. And I'm an idiot, so I'm just going to drop the stick and try to snuff it out
Okay.
in the swamp, and hopefully that will scare them away, or they just will not be attracted to us anymore.
There's moisture all around you, so yeah, you were able to put out your fire stick very, very easily, and once there is no more flame for them to be attracted to, the swarm of giant mosquitoes disperses and fucks off and leaves you alone.
Just couldn't let me have the glory of finishing off the kill, could you?
Nope.
I mean, you could. I mean, as they're beginning to disperse, you can totally step on them.
I'm not gonna chase them. They're already gone, man.
What do I look like to you? A guy who chases stuff?
I don't chase bugs.
Drugs. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that, guys.
So yeah, you sit there now in much more darkness than you had before, but you are ultimately victorious. You have slayed the bug creatures.
Boom.
Happy to hear it.
So I guess we set up camp here for the night then, fellers?
That is totally up to you.
I mean, because he can't really see in the dark, and we don't want him lighting up another ass stick. So
Right.
Ooh, title of the episode, Don't Light Another Ass Stick.
don't light it up. I swear to God, if you light another ass stick, dude. All right, so we should just kind of bunker down here under the tarp. I think he's good in the swamp.
Yeah, can we do that? Because God, I feel so dumb using my draconic breath right out the gate for like mosquitoes. I want that. I want to refresh that ability, please.
Alrighty then. So I will say you were able to make camp very easy. Oh, does Corbin come back from the mud at all, or is he still down there?
No,
I'm still down there.
Just
by the
at
time the next morning, he's gonna look pale, but God, his complexion is gonna be
Those
amazing.
pores, forget about
man,
it.
Yeah.
he can hold his breath like a motherfucker. So yeah, you set up camp very easily as there is dead driftwood all around you. You got the tarp, which finally is able to do its job, keeping the rain off you and the moisture and everything else. And you awake in the morning at the ass crack of dawn as the humidity begins to keep up again, and alongside the sun that is shining in your face right now, for the first time ever, you actually hear a sound that doesn't sound like animals. You hear what sounds like the hammering of pegs somewhere off in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would rise out of the mud like
Swamp Thing?
no, not like Swamp Thing, but more like oh god, Nosferatu coming out of the coffin where he doesn't bend any joints, he just goes straight up like that. Picking my teeth with a fishbone.
I love everything about it.
Just a chill night in the swamp.
Yep.
What you fellas get up to?
Well, So, what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna head towards the sound in the distance?
I'm gonna do my morning stretch, claw at one of these trees, get the nails nice and right, and then we can head on out.
Good clawing. Anyone else have anything to do in the morning?
You know what? I'm still trying to get the sap off of me, and I'm not making any eye contact with the rest of my party right now. Like I did something really terrible last night.
I've been covered in worse.
Yeah, I know, but still, I'm in good company. But the shame, I can't.
You need some drugs?
Guys, I kind of need some drugs.
Well, I throw some drugs to Vorlin because I understand the shame train.
Oh, there you go. Again, I gave you a list of drugs if you were so interested in their fantasy effects.
Oh no, I'm pulling those up right now. You don't understand.
Yeah, go for it.
First thing I actually pull up.
Again, Danny Blackson in the chat had it so right. A bunch of drug addicts fight giant mosquitoes in the swamp. This is D&D Florida edition.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a handgun soon. Awesome.
You know what? A little sun drop ecstasy
There
because
you
it's
go.
+2 to charisma. That'll just kind of help my confidence, but it's gonna make me a little dumb, and it's also gonna knock me on my dexterity for a little bit.
Yeah,
It
you
can't make you dumber than when you lit the ass.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's,
impressive.
charisma will just kind of make me feel better, like that false sense of confidence.
Yeah.
so
I'll throw some ecstasy.
Can I do one drop of the sun drop, please?
there you go. Sundrop, for those at home wondering, and for the fan art community, is a brilliant gold liquid in a tiny little eyedropper bottle. You take some of it, you dab it on your tongue, and in about 10 seconds, you're feeling super charismatic. You're going full himbo on this one, though. You're dumb, but you're super charming.
Good morning.
Hey
There you go.
guys.
There you go, you big old sap. All right, so we should get going.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you continue to hear the sound of hammering in the distance, and you make your way through the brush there. It's only getting thicker and, harder to navigate, but in the distance you see two human figures who look to be hard at work. They have two giant bludgeons which they are using to hammer bigger versions of those Blair Witch-looking crosses into the ground. You're close enough to see that one of the men has really unkempt hair and a big thick black beard. The other guy has a shiny shaved head and a big long thick red beard. Actually, Corbin, these guys look like they could be family of yours. They look very mountain man chic. They wear vests made out of crocodile skin, pants that look like they're made out of moss. And these guys look like they haven't seen a bath in years, and they're just hard at work hammering stuff. And interestingly enough, unlike the swamp people you've run into before, these guys do not look pale. These guys do not look albino.
Do they look friendly?
I mean, how friendly?
The moss pants imply no.
How friendly is a drifter? They look like drifters.
Sounds like we came to that island from Wicker Man.
Right.
We should let the bearded one go talk to the bearded people. I've been in enough biker bars to know that I'm not the first person that should speak to them.
I'm already up there tapping them on the shoulders.
All right, which one do you tap on the shoulder first, the redhead or the dark?
I have two hands.
Boom. They turn around, and again they look shocked at first. Again, they were really hard at work, so they're not used to seeing anyone this far out. And the dark-haired one, he speaks up with you first, and he's got a deep, gravelly voice on him, and he says, "We don't get many strangers in these parts. Are you looking to join the Father's community as well?"
I said that's a very rude way to refer to your friend.
Oh, he doesn't talk much.
I like him. I'm here looking for a woman. A specific woman. I should not be that vague.
If you're looking for the sisters of Father Wyatt, we have others back in our camp. We are always
You
welcome.
mean the ants?
No. We
They're
are
the sisters of the Father.
Father Wyatt, our spiritual leader, the savior of our souls.
Oh, God.
No, I don't want to talk about souls.
Throw that shit up the street. We're not buying it here.
I was like you once, lost, but he saved me. He made me a brother in his religious order. I'm Brother Harper, and this is Brother Rowan.
Every word of that sounded terrible.
Except to me, who's still a little high and dumb. I'm like, hey, this sounds great, guys, let's go follow him.
Yeah, let's
keep
an eye on him so he doesn't join New Eden.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but it's very yeah, that sounds good. We should do that.
Yeah, they're not being openly antagonistic to you, which is new for you. Most people want to kill you who meet you.
Oh, was that whole religious spell not supposed to be antagonistic? Because it felt antagonistic.
Well, again, you are a cleric, so maybe you can convert them as you walk.
Nah,
Oh shit, what's your charisma?
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, 14.
These guys are going to be paying you. So yeah, they hammer the last of their wooden crosses into the ground, and yeah, they start leading you back through the brush, over and through a very twisting trail, but they seem to know these lands pretty goddamn good and know where to step. watch out for the quicksand now. Now would probably be a good time, too, if you had any questions. You can probably ask as you walk
my
away back
thing
to
is
camp.
that my charisma is up right now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to charm them.
Sure.
Like, I just want to kind of start asking them, like, hey, why don't you tell me more about this awesome, groovy sounding faith of yours, man?
So again, the dark-haired one, brother.
I audibly groan in the background as you guys are saying this.
The dark-haired one, Brother Harper, he does most of the talking. He says, I was like you once. I was lost, given to drink and violence, but the Father, he showed me that there was more to life, that we could reconnect with the land and get away from the sinfulness of the city that is Highmore, in a place filled with criminals, lowlives, and reprobates.
That's great, because I'm like, all of that.
Yeah, we're several of those things.
Yeah. I checked all those boxes. Like, how did you meet him, man?
I was on the run, wrongly convicted for a crime I did not commit, but the Father takes all into his fold. And
I can run, man. I can run.
And all that is given will be returned tenfold when the day of ascension is upon us. You have come at a great time. Tonight there will be a ceremony.
We're gonna party, is what you're saying.
Oh, there will be much revelry, for sure, my scaly brother.
I'll slip a pamphlet for the Jehovah's Witnesses into their back pocket while we're having this conversation.
Roll a sleight of hand to see if they noticed or not.
Right, 19 plus 2.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, I was gonna say you actually rolled a 19. Holy shit!
Welcome to Christ, motherfuckers.
Yeah, they do not see it. You deftly, as if like a ghost, put it in both of their back pockets, and they do not notice a goddamn thing.
Oh, they'll notice it when their hearts are open.
There you go. So after
when you roll that high, you automatically convert them.
I think so.
You know.
So yeah, you walk a little longer with these guys, and eventually you start to see the landscape around you start to change. Everything looks a little bit more settled, and you also see large, almost porcelain-looking structures. With a little shanty town built around it with a bunch of tents and ramshackle shacks. And the closer you get, you realize that these aren't like porcelain towers. These aren't man-made. These are bones, as if belonging to some kind of giant monster.
Ooh.
And this is where these people choose to make their home. And Brother Harper speaks up again. He says, "Welcome to our community. You're free to walk around amongst the community. Me and Brother Rowan will go get the Father and tell him that you are here. He will want to meet with you and speak to matters of the soul."
You guys do what you're going to do. I'm going to immediately run over to one of the bone-like, very smooth and comfortable-looking structures and start rubbing next to it.
Oh, you do, and it
I'm
feels
gonna give
great.
Rowan some water real quick because he took
Yeah.
some ecstasy and he's not been hydrated.
Yeah.
He's at that point now. He really needs it. He's rolling hard.
Yeah, tongue's looking thick. He can't stop licking his lips. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Don't drink the swamp water. It's also here too. The closer you get to the big bone structures, you actually start to see the people that live in this community, and they look much more in line with the swamp people that attacked you earlier. They're pale and gaunt. They look starved. A lot of them are just walking around, gibbering to themselves in loincloths, and others look almost dead. They're lying on the ground. Moss and mushrooms and shit are growing on them. It looks like something has quite literally sapped all their strength.
Do I relay this information to the rest of my party, or am I still too stupid?
You're flipping ass. I'm not gonna take your word for anything. I'll just investigate.
I think you're the only member of our party who didn't notice this.
Yeah.
Drugs aren't for everybody.
That's true.
You all to the game.
You see a nice mixture of people too: men, women, humans, elves, dwarves, non-binary individuals. It's a great mix here in this religious swamp community.
Great, the only place we can actually get good representation in this game.
Yeah, is in
was at the cult.
Yeah, it was in a crazy cult. Hey man, it be what it be.
It is what it is. All right, Danny wants me to somebody to lick the bones, so I'll lick the bone. I will give that bone a lick.
Tastes.
Cullen Bunn's latest book from Boom.
Yeah, really. Bone liquor. It tastes minty fresh.
Huh? Fresh bone, huh? Mint bone.
And also, like it's been here for a very long time. It is thoroughly sun bleached.
Unbleached mint bone. Interesting. Giant lamb, maybe?
Huh?
Remnants of mint jelly?
Oh, delicious.
All right, I got nothing out of that, Danny. So
Okay.
thank you for having me lick that bone.
So the other two that led us, I'm still trying to like be buddy with them all. Like I'm like still got one hand on the bone structure.
They left.
They left.
They left to go what looks to be the biggest hut in town, which you can only assume that's where Father Wyatt lives.
Okay, let's head towards the hut.
Okay. As you walk up to the hut, you end up actually bumping into someone who's kind of jutting around, not really paying attention. It is a woman in a green cloak with a bucket of water, and looks like she's going around trying to tend to the sick and the weak there and trying to help them out.
I run up to her and I go, "Hey, I saw you when I was high."
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you been taken by the sickness too? Do you need some water?
No. I was high and I saw you though. I was high.
Please let me go. There's lots of people who need me, sir.
Nobody speaks English around here. All right, somebody else talk to her. I saw you in my vision. I had a vision and I saw you in it. I drank some of that Bayou butter, the Bayou syrup, and I saw you. What's your deal? What's going on? What's your situation?
She kind of sighs ever so slightly, and she's like, "Oh," and well, she also looks at your robes too, because you're a cleric and you're wearing church robes, and she's like, "Oh, another religious fellow seeking enlightenment, because that worked so well the first time. Look, if it's matters of the soul, talk to the brothers, talk to the Father. I'm not here for that."
What are you here for?
It doesn't matter. And then, she just kind of walks away and tries to go back to tending to people.
So she's totally the person we're looking for, right?
Mm.
Like, we're all in agreement about that. I'm not asking you. I'm asking my fellow.
Oh yeah, no,
like,
absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, totally.
Yeah. We should
Like,
just
I'm the dumb one here, and even I see that.
just take her then, right? And take her back before Father Wyatt comes out and does his whole thing.
His whole song and dance.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, or do you just want to steal her and see what happens, or do you want to head over to the hut?
What was her name, by the way, before we steal her?
Trish-Ann.
Trish-Ann? All right, cool. And she was a botanist, right?
Yes.
Cool. Who here speaks botany?
Who knows plants?
My character certainly thinks he does right now.
You're charismatic enough. You can talk a big game if you want.
Yeah, right.
Corbin's still far away from her, right? He should just yell her name out, see if she turns around real quick. Like when you hear your
That
name
would
in the
be my
crowd?
move.
Yeah.
That would be my move.
Just see if she stops really quickly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even yell in her direction. I would just start yelling it out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to start yelling out Trish-Ann.
Okay, you do that.
I'm looking for a Trish-Ann.
You do that, and indeed, as you thought, she turns around, stops for a bit, and then tries to play it off like she didn't just totally fall for the oldest trick in the book, but she absolutely did. At this point, she comes up to you, Corbin, and she's kind of got the shushy fingers, and she's like, "No, here, my name is Abigail. Okay, look, I have a whole cover story. My name is Sister Abigail of the Holy Forest, and you are not going to ruin this deal for me."
What's the deal?
Look, my whole research into plants and the Rotwater swamp and why they're not like anywhere else, I had to go deep undercover to figure it out. These people, they've been living here for this long. I don't know if they're descendants from the deserters all those years ago, or if people have been living here, but look, it has something to do with the plants and why the trees are sick, and I think whatever Father Wyatt's weirdo cult ceremony is, I think I can figure it out.
There's gonna be an old god buried underneath this swamp, isn't there?
That's
Awesome.
That's for you to dig up and find out.
Yeah.
I played Bloodborne. I know what's happening.
We should kill Father Wyatt before he gets up to his crazy hoopajuke.
I'm still really excited about the party that I was promised, and kind of want to see where that goes. But
You're high. Of course you're excited for the party.
yes, I
Right.
am.
It's
All
at
right,
this
so
point.
I say to Trish-Ann, so you're only here to study the plants. The cult means nothing to you, correct? You just have to pretend like you're part of the cult so you can study the plants?
I mean, I definitely am interested in the plants. I feel bad for these people. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but something is definitely draining the life out of them, and I want to try and help them if I can, as best I can. But yeah, fuck this cult, man. They're goddamn weirdos.
So if we got rid of the cult but didn't harm the innocent, which I have trouble saying that word because I've never said it before.
It's like
But
This is
we
a whole new
don't-
side of Corbin right now. I don't know what to do, man.
Character growth.
Yeah.
But we don't harm the sick people. I'll say that.
Look, I
Just the higher ups.
It's-
Would that be cool?
At this point, the kind of like wheels start turning her head a little bit, and she, comes out and says, Layfield sent you, didn't he? That goddamn old bastard just cannot let it go, can he? You're supposed to collect
Yeah,
me,
but I'm gonna
aren't you?
kill him as soon as we get you.
Oh, well, shit. I mean,
Oh, everybody dying, baby. Don't even worry about that.
wow, I'm not
Literally, the only reason I didn't kill him when I first saw him is because I thought that I might get something out of it by going on this quest first.
I'm not an overly religious person, but wow, the gods must be looking after me to deliver you three right into my lap.
Yeah, we don't do any of that God speak around here.
Yeah, we just-
I slip a pamphlet of the Jehovah's Witness in her back pocket.
She looks at you, Antoine, and she looks at your robes, and she's like, You're part of the Order of the Gracious Death, aren't you?
Presbyterian, but yes.
Well, Wyatt was too once before he came here on a holy mission. I figured out he was going to try and convert the local populace to the church, but well, they ended up converting him, corrupting him. Maybe you could actually talk to him. I don't know.
I look over at Antoine and I get this amazing idea. I'm like, dude,
I have to blow Father
you
Wyatt
should
down.
totally talk to Wyatt. You're like part of it, man.
I gargled some scope and I start heading towards the big hut. Whatever, let's do it.
Well, while you do this, you kind of walk and talk with Trish-Ann. She's like, look, the ceremony will be happening in a few hours. If you lay low, if you let me see what exactly the hell it is these cult weirdos are doing, maybe we can reverse it, and if so, I will willingly go back with you.
All right, if we're gonna stay here for the party, I'm gonna drop some ecstasy as well, some sun drop.
All right,
Party!
you get some sun drop in you too. It was a big dropper, and you're having a lot more fun now hanging out in this shitty swamp.
This is all right. This is pretty all right.
This is cool,
You're
right? It's cool.
Yeah, this isn't bad.
Your minds are more open and perceptive now, and you look over at the big main tent where the brothers went to talk to Wyatt, and you notice behind the hut is a big, massive tree. It's interesting that it's a redwood where everything else you've seen in the swamp so far has been a willow tree, which is really weird. And also, it seems to be growing in the center of the bones on top of something, a big, almost obsidian structure, like a very cylindrical thing is kind of like growing out of it, and it's very, very strange. You've never seen anything like this before, and it looks like
Is there any of that weird goop pus coming out of the redwood?
Not that you can see. It actually looks fairly pristine, which is weird.
Okay.
I go hug the redwood.
You hug the redwood, and yeah, you definitely get a weird vibe off it. You can't quite put a finger on it, but you definitely get something weird off it. Now, that being said, being closer to the tree, you're actually able to look closer at the obsidian thing sticking out of the ground near it, and you see that there's writing on it.
I can't read. Corbin,
I kind of see like Antoine's big eyes looking for someone to help him adult, and I walk over there to go check out what he's looking at.
oh yeah, you're pretty literate.
I'll say Vorlin and Corbin come to see what the heck has gotten Antoine so excited. Vorlin, you can't make hides or tails of it. It's not common, it's not draconic, it's not anything. Corbin, though, you have an interesting piece of insight into what this thing is. You've actually
I was
seen...
going to say, I have some kind of ability for this, don't I?
Well, from your backstory,
okay.
you've actually seen this type of lettering only one place before, and it was within your dealing with the giant community up in the Giant Crown Mountains. As far as you know, they had no written language, just like an oral tradition, but you've definitely seen these symbols before. Whatever this thing is sticking out of the ground, and the longer you look at it, the more you kind of piece it together, this is a spear belonging to a giant.
Oh, so it's not an actual tree. Okay.
No, well, there's definitely a tree. It's growing on top of the spear.
Tree is growing on top of the spear.
Yeah,
So
like
the
it's...
spear. So what? So maybe the spear slayed whatever this massive monster was.
That's a safe conclusion, you feel, the way that it's done.
Yeah.
If you're standing in a rib cage, this looks like a spear hit the heart wherever this is.
And
Would
then
you-
the heart became the tree?
Quite
Or
possibly.
plant the tree?
Wait, so are we talking like Great Deku Tree kind of thing, where it's like this is like something underneath the tree, or is
Yes.
the like spear turning into the tree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's well, the vines again. This is Trish-Ann speaks up at this point, being the botany expert. Yes, you know this tree. It doesn't look like anything else. It's very, very strange. And then we have this large structure here. The tree grew around it. These bones everywhere. It's just so fascinating.
By the way, this is gonna sound dumb, but like, how big in proportion is the spear?
It's massive. Again, it looks like it would be thrown by a giant. Not a Goliath, not like Ook, who you met back in the Balor gang, like a real fucking giant.
Yeah, I wanted to like kind of like, are we talking like Gaiju? Like,
Yes, this is like fee-fi
Yeah.
faux fum sized.
gotcha.
Okay.
I just wanted some perspective on that. That's all.
Yeah, this is a big deal. Yeah, you hang out at the tree for a little bit, and eventually you hear, footsteps. It looks like everyone is gathering together, that the sun is at just the right position in the sky. The flap on Brother Wyatt's tent opens up, Father Wyatt's tent opens up, and he steps out with the two brothers, and you get your first look at the man, and he has a big barrel chest, robes that actually look exactly like yours, Antoine, but a lot older and a lot more patched and everything. He's also covered in kind of those thorny vines. You know, like those guys from Game of Thrones who wear the chains. It's like that, but he's wearing like thorny vines around himself. In his hand, he has a big staff that's not really a staff at all. It's kind of like a gnarled tree branch with like a bunch of moss and everything hang off it. His hair is shockingly very clean and well groomed, and it's all braided and everything around what look to be small animal bones. And he stands out there and he kind of raises his hand like Moses parting the sea. It's like, my brothers and sisters, the time of ascension is upon us. Everyone, come together now. And he has a hilarious voice. Which you were not expecting. Hi, everyone. I'm Father Wyatt. What's up? You guys are new. Welcome to my congregation.
I thought this was going to be Apocalypse Now, and instead it's an Animaniac skit.
Literally.
Oh god, I want him to get mad at us and sink the townspeople on us. Like, get these blasphemous.
Oh, you
Heavens to Murgatroyd! Exit! Giant cult door left, even!
He's friggin' Snagglepuss. Oh, yes, you three. The brothers have told me about you, that you wish to come and take part in our ritual.
I said no such thing.
Well, you're gonna take part anyway, dum-dum, so sit down.